This movie looks loud, colorful, and funny on the surface, but underneath all the jokes and space battles, it's quietly asking one disturbing question. What happens to people who never truly recover from loss? Most viewers remember the action. Few notice the emotional truth hiding behind it. The story begins on Earth with a young boy, Peter Quill, losing his mother. The scene is short, but its impact lasts a lifetime. Peter doesn't just lose a parent, he loses emotional safety. Moments later, he is taken into space, and this escape feels dramatic, but it isn't heroic. It's avoidance. From the very beginning, the movie tells us something important. Peter's journey isn't about adventure. It's about running away from pain. Years later, Peter survives as a scavenger who calls himself Star-Lord. He appears confident, sarcastic, and fearless. But this personality is carefully constructed. His humor, his music, even his attitude are emotional shields. They keep him distracted, so he never has to sit with unresolved grief. The movie quietly shows how many people hide pain behind charm instead of strength. While stealing a mysterious orb, Peter steps into a conflict far bigger than himself. The same object draws Gamora, Rocket, Groot, and Drax. They aren't brought together by destiny. They're pulled together by desperation. None of them are truly living. They're surviving. Gamora is trying to escape a violent past. Drax is consumed by revenge. After losing his family, Rocket hides deep insecurity behind aggression and sarcasm, pushing others away before they can reject him. Groot, who barely speaks, represents something different. Emotional clarity. He doesn't explain himself. He doesn't defend his loyalty. He simply shows it. When these characters clash and end up imprisoned together, the tension isn't just physical, it's psychological. No one trusts anyone. Every character operates out of self-interest because, in their experience, trust always leads to loss. This reflects a very real human truth. Pain teaches people to choose survival over connection. As they escape and continue their journey, something slowly changes. They don't suddenly become friends. Cooperation is forced. But through that necessity, vulnerability begins to appear. They recognize something familiar in one another. Different wounds, but the same loneliness. Their bond forms not through shared values, but through shared damage. The orb is eventually revealed to contain a power capable of destroying entire worlds. This mirrors the characters themselves. Each one carries destructive pain inside. Left unacknowledged, it consumes everything. But when that pain is shared, it becomes manageable. This parallel is subtle, but it sits at the heart of the film. The villain, Ronan, represents the opposite choice. He responds to pain with obsession. Where the Guardians move toward connection, Ronan moves toward isolation and purpose, without empathy. The movie makes a quiet but powerful point here. Pain doesn't define you how you respond to it. As the final confrontation arrives, the group faces an impossible situation. Individually, they are powerless. Emotionally, they are still broken. But instead of brute force, Peter uses distraction. Something absurd, unexpected, and deeply human. Many see this moment as comedy, but it's something more. Peter uses the same coping mechanism he once used to hide pain, now to protect others. One by one, the team joins him, physically sharing the burden of power that would destroy any of them alone. This becomes the film's strongest message. Pain that isolates becomes lethal. Pain that is shared becomes survivable. The galaxy isn't saved by strength, it's saved by collective resilience. In the end, none of them are magically healed. Their pasts still exist, but they make one crucial choice. They stay together. Healing doesn't mean forgetting what hurts you. It means no longer facing it alone. Guardians of the Galaxy isn't really about heroes or villains. It's about emotionally wounded people learning that connection isn't weakness. Belonging isn't earned by perfection. Sometimes, the family that saves you, or Yasenti, the one you reborn into it. The one that accepts your broken parts without judgment.